Hello everybody, welcome back to another video, and I am Golden Devin-Foxy Remastered, and before we get on with the video, is before we get straight to the point of the video here, is that, well, yes, I was already tired, so I had a yarn anyway, so I was already tired. So, now, we're going to get straight to the point of the video, and just says that I'm back on my main channel, and I'm going to be continuing to make videos. Which, but, there's only going to be, what I'm going to say, is that I'm going to be making less videos than I would still do, which, like I said, it's not like 10 times worse. I'm just saying that I'm only going to be making videos in a slow daily progress, which it remains to be on a slow daily progress. Now, as I just did say again and before, is that hopefully that we'll pretty much see what happens, what I'm going to do next, and just do whatever. And also, just as in for the straight fact, onto the point here, is that if you guys enjoyed my videos of my reactions recently, then hopefully you guys still did enjoy them and pretty much consider to keep on enjoying it. And as in for example, is that yes, I once again am going to say is that man, is it going to be good to continue to make videos now. And the only question is, how am I going to do that? Well, obviously, how am I going to do that? Well, the only thing I'm going to say that is that I'm going to be on the other hand, is that I did mention back already, is I'm supposed to be talking about like, oh, how good was the Lego Nexo Knights and stuff. And yes, I did save one reaction video that I recently saved before we probably will proceed to do the Left 4 Dead 2 gameplay of part 1. And then maybe part 2. So just remember, it's going to take time whenever I'm going to have to keep doing those. Because like I said, remember, even if the game stuff of the set I'm going to do is going to take a bit of time. Well, the reason why I'm saying it's going to be taking a bit of accurate of time is because I just need things just to be in a slow daily progress. Even if the game, or it depends on my computer, that just doesn't go down on the battery. Which I'm lucky to still keep having it charged with, like, plugging the charger with my laptop here that I basically do all the time. So what I'm saying from here, everybody, is that I probably will be very completely be the only one to be careful on with like video stuff recently, and just says like, oh, how am I gonna do this in the computer room? I'm just talking about like the new sets and stuff. And also, just so you guys also know that the other old monitor computer is actually gone, which I think it's already been sold to somebody, or it's probably being somewhere, I guess. I don't really know, and I don't even really care. Which, for once, I probably would say that or whatever, but to the point what I'm speaking here is to the point where I'm speaking is that yes, I probably am going to be making videos with my TV computer right now, and probably will be continuing to make them, and will actually do gaming videos. A bit quiet, a little bit responsibly, and just do however I'm going to always do them on recording. That isn't going to be streaming, which I did mention it already, that there probably won't be a thing that's going to happen with streaming anymore, because it's just not going to happen. Like, it just really isn't going to happen. Like, I'm just figuring something even more different way of a different thing else to be different with the recording stuff. That recording could still be allowed, the normal recording I'm talking about. But what I'm just saying live, it just probably isn't going to happen anyway, so it just really isn't going to happen. So, that's just all I want to be talking about from there and here and there with the computer stuff, or the TV computer, which I'm just naming it anyways, because what else can I even name it next? Something that's going to be called a computer. What is it going to be now? A TV computer, or whatever. But whatever I'm just saying, it's just going to probably be what I'm saying. So there you go. Just let me mention it to the fact that yes, it remains to be a TV computer for now, as to that name. So, if you guys do understand, for what I'm going to be playing is Left 4 Dead 2, which is going to probably be me, like always, because like I said, I always want to do those when I'm always in a single player mode. So that way I could probably be a bit likely doing pretty absolutely good stuff on the game. Like, just get some good laughs, get some good enjoyments, and keep on with the glory and keep on with the thrilling and stuff that I always keep doing, like every single key and every other time. So that's just how I like doing them, and that's just how I've always liked doing with them. Like, most of every time, but not always, but just so much every good times for amazing things. So that's just how I'm going to be making those work. And just as in for the example is from here and there, is that, well, why was I gone from the break? Which, even though I did actually recently add more premiere videos, so that way that you guys could probably be enjoying a few of all these other reactions before I probably had more lesser time to actually have my break being done and returned from my channel that I'm back recently. So that's just only when we point out the fact, everyone, is that yes, Golden Devin-Foxy remastered, the real me is already returned. So if you guys do already enjoy this video, then keep on enjoying it. If you have or have not, then keep on enjoying so. And yeah, so that being said, guys, I probably am saying this here and there, is that if you guys want to see more new stuff, which you guys can probably still look on, then definitely go ahead and enjoy that. And as of for now, Left 4 Dead 2 is going to probably happen after a reaction video is probably going to be done. And then, as in from like the Lego Nexo Nights, oh yeah, I probably am rewatching it anyways and just get my opinion on it and just says like, oh, how amazing is it, or whatever, and yada yada yada. Like, there's gonna be lots of things to talk about from 1 to 4. Like, I'm talking about the season kind of like that. But there's pretty much some mysteries that was gonna be a little bit more mysteried to be succeeded, but pretty much likely a few others were a little bit unsuccessful and undetectably unfound, or a little bit likely without an explanation and just ended from there, which is pretty bit wild. Not gonna lie, it probably is a bit wild, even though it was from Cartoon Network, which I could probably still talk about anyways, because I mean, hey, I always like Cartoon Network, I always do, and I even like especially Nickelodeon too, which I could recently like both of those anyway. Like, I don't have to always watch some of them, but I just may like to watch them anyway, so I could probably see how good it is. But if it's not good, then I'm like, nah, I'm out of here, bro. That's just how I'm gonna just play how I'm gonna play it. So that's just what I'm saying. So thank you very much for joining this, and I hope to say this, that yes, I once again say again, I'm back from the break. And why was I gone from the break? Well, as in for that example, I probably need to deal with my mental health that I had to deal with the break. So that's probably why I had to be dealing with other things. That's just what I want to be talking about, is that I had to deal with my mental health and just keep it on the slow page without having it to be an extreme pressure, pressure or whatever it's at. Like, I'm just always going to have to be the one that's going to have to not like be the one that goes too super hype crazy, because I just want to probably like ignore the insanity or whatever. I just don't want to like get on my head to, or just whatever. But like I said, voice acting's already been pretty good for me anyway. Like, I always still like voice acting, but the problem is that sometimes it's in my own real time situation I have to just deal with carefully, that I have to just deal with anyways. Like, that's just pretty much what I would ever do anyway. So, yeah. And also, once again, to say this again, is that I hope that everyone understands that why have I returned back on the channel was because I have to deal with my mental health. Just have to deal with it, and just probably how to get through a past amount of like days or whatever it is. Like, I'll still say this again, that even if I'm still back on the break, which I already am now, it probably will rather consider February or late March, which I already had pretty much talked on those already and just said that yes, I've returned like always, and It probably is the real deal that I'm back on the break, and even hell, I probably will mention it on the post after the video, which yada yada yada, I'll have to say that and utter what I'm going to have to speak on about. So, that's all I want to talk about. And just as in for the clear record that, well, I do appreciate the person who's giving me about amount of shout outs that I probably am giving that person a shout out. And also, just this clear question I want to give to that person is that, again, sometimes whenever it's like, oh, the person telling me says like, oh, you got to react to Team Fortress 2 more and more and more. Whenever when I said we're doing like one or two, we're literally doing one or two videos of that, and that's it. Like, I probably will want to be mentioned to the person in the comment and for however on the shout out that I want the person to understand that I only will suggest one or two videos of that stuff, and that's it. I'm not going to do all. Like, whenever when I sit back, whenever we were just discussing this already, that's what I'm talking about already. Is that I probably would rather pick a new idea and new things anyway. So yeah, that's just how clear and serious I'm being right now, and that's just all I'm saying. But like I said, just want a different change, and that's just what I would always will do, and that's just all I would ever do and to be. So that's it. And even though I'll still try to react to plush videos too, which I highly hopefully will take a look on those, on some of them, but not all, but just some of them that I might recently will take a look for. But just as in for other stuff that I probably am explaining a little bit positively and carefully that I've actually explained on different reasons that I probably am talking here. So, as in from just other recent stuff, by the way, is that if you guys are excited to see, like, about something that, oh yes, Super Mario Mixed Sports is actually going to come up, by the way, after Left 4 Dead 2 is done. And just as in for that next one, is that Capcom versus Marvel Infinite will be appearing to the same time. After when Super Mario Sports Mix is finished as well. And I did come up with a few other similar idea gaming stuff that I'm probably am being a bit smart and being intelligent that I probably am figuring out a few different game stuff before we can probably hop on and do the Five Nights at Freddy's season, which I've been working on for like however I'm gonna work on with the voicing and however I'm gonna work with everything else and just plan how I'm gonna plan them and just see where that's gonna play. And yeah, so if you guys keep on enjoying the stuff that I'm doing, then keep on enjoying it because even though that we're getting a lot more gaming recently and a few months of lots of good stuff on gaming and reactions, well, I think those might probably be in a hold into a pause after when I finish the last gaming, which I didn't say we're going to finish the last gaming. Like, it's not going to be the end of gaming, it'll still continue, but I'm saying when I'm putting this in a hold when you see this hand, it means stop. That means in a hold and a pause. Or maybe when a referee does this. So, whenever I do those two things, that means it's going to be in a hold and a pause, accurately, and a bit balanced, at the middle of the balance. Like it's not going to toward, oh, it's falling off the right side, or it's falling off the left side. It's just going to stay where the middle is. And if anybody tries to tell me by saying like, oh, you got to play Steam games, well, the answer to tell you that, by the way, is still going to be a no, because I'm wanting to be very careful with the dead on Steam. That I recently have too many games on. Like, if I were myself by everybody, is that I would rather just like download games on non-Steam games. Okay, non-Steam games. Like, if anybody wants me to like, oh, you have to go on a link on to pretty much likely to go on Game Jolt. Well, Game Jolt will still be available to be at that option that I could probably recently look as long as it pretty much matches what I match or whatever I like. But when I say I don't like, it means denied. But when I say I like, I agree. So that's just all I want to be pointing out the fact and just have that explanation to be that explanation. So there you go. And just as in for the record, I'm probably am gonna remaster the new Steam rules. By the way, just remaster that anyway. Like even though it probably remains to kind of likely just be a bit of an old, long time ago, which I probably am going to remaster it or somehow or remake it or whatever. And as in for like the gaming collection on Steam, well, it probably will be a little bit similar to the Wii U, the 3DS, Xbox, and then PS4, and then Nintendo Switch. Like for absolute reason, that's gonna probably take a long time to do that, and probably will explain through all of that again while doing that on like Steam game collections. Like, of course, there might be a few games I might try to get rid of, but like some games, I'm not just gonna get rid of them. Like, I only keep some Steam games what I have always liked, always. Like, I just always have to keep the progress, not try to delete those, but just keep the progress going. That's just what I'm doing for here as what I'm talking about. So, enough about Steam games or whatever. I'm just going to probably head on to a different topic. So, in a different topic, I probably would rather mention to say this is that hopefully that you guys enjoy what you guys enjoyed for likely for many videos as yet to come. And oh, by the way, if you guys have not like recently checked on my separate channels, I recently would be very okay and approved if anybody actually wants to take a look on those. Which, trust me, I'm getting like new characters every single day. Like, on my separate channels, for example, and for instance, that I might even have new voices that I might even have exactly or do, which I might try to still voice the characters. But that's just all the point I'm just talking about from here and there is just making sense. So, as in for now, guys, I probably am going to get going, and we'll just say this is hopefully you guys enjoy this, and whatever as always is like and comment and subscribe and let the bell be notified, and yep, we're definitely going to be heading to Lego Nexo Nights. If you guys are ready to enjoy that video, then oh yes, that video, by the way, is going to take some time, and we'll probably have to memorize every single face of the characters. Even if it has to be knights, kings, queens, wizards, jesters, book of monsters, or pretty much a cloud of monsters, or whatever it is. So, whatever those are going to be the faces, I probably will have to talk to all of what they're already about. Which, even if it has to be a long memory progress, by actually going and explain the entire dictionary of explaining so. So that's just all the facts, and that's just all the things I'm probably am worthing to say, and just will say it otherwise. But remember, when I get that video ready, I probably will have to say what I might like about it or won't like about it. So there you go. And even if it makes a sequel, I probably will be damned excited if I hear a sequel by saying it's like Lego Nexo Knights 2. Like, bruh, I would absolutely want to be hearing from a sequel if it was ever Cartoon Network by saying it's like, oh, come on everybody, from the employees, we gotta go ahead and make a sequel of number 2 of Lego Nexo Knights 2. Like, I would really want to be wondering how that's ever going to be irrelevant of the relevancy. I would really be happy, hopefully, to see is that, oh man, hopefully that's going to be a good idea, which I'd be glad to hear that idea. So, just want to give you guys that as a topic and just say, is like, oh, imagine if Cartoon Network actually thinks of an idea by releasing like a sequel of the Lego Nexo Knights number 2, which that could have been arranged, but not as much. So, that's all I probably would say. And oh, as in my favorite character, well, you guys might have to probably wait and tell what my favorite character of Lego Nexo Knights I recently like. And also now, do I always like the good guys? Well, like I said before, I've mentioned recently different times is that I'm always a cider, what I always like. I mean, my character sometimes will be a good guy, and then there would be another time that my favorite character would be a bad guy. You may never know. Because seriously, I always will be on the balance between both balances anyway from what I recently like. So there you go. That's just my point of the fact of the story that, well, that's just pretty much what I want to talk about here. So, that being said, guys, I'm Golden Devin-Foxy Remastered, and I'm just going to probably just take a time and a time and a time again to see what I'm going to do. So remember, even if I'm back on the channel, on my main channel only, I probably am gonna have like two videos up there, which I did saved a reaction video or two that I did recently saved. So yes, I saved the one reaction video that will be coming up very soon and later after I mention about Lego Nexo Knights. That I will talk about through it and will just talk and see what my favorite is or favorite of pretty much likely dynamics of everything else. That is likely to be a poll of pretty much like Lego Nexo Knights. So there you go. Now, thank you very much for enjoying this. I hope to say this again is that I'm Golden Devin-Foxy Remastered, and this has been a very much a good reaction, a pretty good video talk, which I meant saying video, not reaction. I always meant to say video, not just reaction. I mean, I've said it before, but not every time have I ever said it now. So, I'm Golden Devin-Foxy Remastered. I'm probably going to get going or two and just enjoy my day, enjoy my rest of my life, and enjoy what I gotta do. Like, even if I have to do things outside, then let me be doing things outside. But whenever I do things inside that isn't videos, I probably would either do one, just pretty much enjoy watching my TV like always, or just probably playing games on it for like every single amount of time. But like I said, let me, or should I say, let the man does what he does. Like, that's just how the magic works. Like, what am I, a wizard? Like, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. If I was a wizard, I would have been doing magic before recently, but not always. So, there you go. That's just how the balance of my main channel is going to do. Is that I'm going to probably go slow and slow and slow with my time. Just slow with my time. So thank you for watching. This video is either going to be on the 14th or 15th, or probably hell, it'll probably be the late March. So there you go. And that's what I'm going to say. Thank you for listening, and thank you for enjoying this. And if that being said, I'm going to get going, and I will see you soon, later, and again, next time, like always, is like, and comment, and subscribe, and hit the bell to be notified. And if you're a new person on this channel, go ahead and definitely subscribe. It helps my main channel a lot. So thank you. Bye-bye. Adios, amigo. Or should I say, later, and bye-bye. Later, everyone. Goodbye. Have a great day and a great night. And we'll see you guys soon in the next video. Bye-bye, everybody. And also, enjoy the video that will be next about me mentioning about Lego Nexo Knights, which I probably will talk on that anyway. So thank you, and goodbye. Later, everyone. Bye-bye.